small Kine farm. We have got certified organic mushrooms on my left, and on my right is Tutu portobello, and that's what we grow here in Waimanalo. My name is Fong, last name is Yang, and my role here is basically a fireman. We put out fire. I put out fires. In the beginning of this venture, I want to make it a business, and to make it a business, I want to start from the beginning to the end. So the way I come up with small Kine farm is I want the business to be able to continue after me, and I want to be able to sell the business or exit the business at some point. So I don't want to put my name there. So instead of calling Yang's Fungus Farm, I have to come up with some other name where it is representing locally grown and then representing our humble nature. So we make it small, Kine, and it is a farm, so it's farm. And then in the future, if some big guy want to come in and buy my small Kine farm, if they have enough money, sure, I will sell it. The nature, they don't create waste. In this world, there's no rubbish from Mother Nature. Everything is recycled in nature. And that you never find a trash can. So when you go hiking, everything from the nature, you get recycled, and then you just go on and on forever. Over 60% of the rubbish that you throw away is organic waste. So what that means is, like, over 60% of the organic waste, nature already have an answer on how to deal with it. You just have to open your eyes and understand and see it and practice what the nature has in place already. Compost material is basically made out of green waste. Green waste material we collect from local tree trimmers, and then those are waste if we not use them, but we see them as resources. So in other words, your waste is my resources, and that's one of the main ingredients that we use to produce mushrooms. Of course, we do add other ingredients into it, but they all certify organic, and we don't use any chemicals in the production process. And then since we don't use that, we guarantee you guys will not eat any chemicals if you purchase a mushroom from us. Safer for our workers too. You can see he's like wearing a mask, not because of the chemicals that he's breathing in, it's just because the dirt or the dust flying around. So it's safer for our workers when you are growing organic produce in the farm, and safer for the neighborhood, better for the environment, better for the community. We create a heat by making a big pile, and we add the water into it, and later on we're just going to add some nutrients. Those are organic fertilizers we're going to add into it. So once he make the pile all complete, and we will start the mixing process. The mixing process also involved with using a loader. Other gigantic farmers, they have this specialized mixing machine. It just roll across the pile, and then there's an auger inside the machine. It will mix the compost on its own, but we don't have the luxuries of this capital investment. We are still low tech, and we utilize just loader to load it and mix it. So that's called the phase one mixing of the compost process. After phase one mixing, and then we add all the ingredient. We let it sit outside for 3 to 5 days, let the temperature rise. In phase 1 process, we have about 9 days of phase 1 process there. So every 3 days, what we do is we will take the compost out, mix them, and put it back in, and then let them sit another 3 days. So we do it for 3 times. So the temperature will be get up, will be go up and down, and we try to make it so that the inside of the compost is all evenly mixed with the materials, and the heat is evenly distributed during the mixing process. And then what we do is we take it to phase 1 composting process. Shipping container with a concrete floor. Inside the concrete floor, we bury pipes inside so that we can put a pump in the back of the container and pump air through those PVC pipe and shoot air out from the floor into the compost. So the compost will be loaded inside the shipping container, and air will shoot out, and we regulate the amount of air into it so that we can control the temperature. And what you're seeing here is phase 1 production on this 20-foot shipping container. And it has been here for, I think, almost like 5 to 6 days already. So it's about to come out in about 3 or 4 days. So after 9 days of phase 1 composting process, we will take the compost out and lower it into a tunnel. The tunnel basically is another insulated shipping container. We use the same methodology. We have the concrete slab floor, and we have PVC pipe buried inside the floor, and we have holes on top of the floor, and the pump in the back. We shoot the air from the bottom of the container floor up and into the compost. After we close the door of the tunnel, and the air actually get recirculate inside the tunnel, and then by using the heat generated by the microbial activity, we can actually generate enough heat to kill themselves. That's how we kill off the harmful bacteria with heat generated by microbial activities. So after phase 2, after this tunnels process completed, the compost is considered clean, and we can start the inoculation process, or we call it spawning. So once we open it up, and we will take the compost out and then put it on a grow bed. And then on each grow bed, we will mix the compost. Now we call it substrate now. They are like growing substrate. We call them substrates, mixing with the mushroom spawn. And then in the mushroom substrate grow bed, we will say this is, we start with about 10,000 pounds of material here. We will end up a little bit less. So I was about 8,000 pounds of material. So what we do is we take them out and put it on 100 grow beds. 100 grow beds, and then it will go into the grow rooms. After we finish the pasteurization process, phase 2, and then we put the compost in grow bed, and now the mushroom substrates are considered clean. So clean substrate need to stay in clean area. So this area is clean, and then that's how we like it. And then the mushroom are in here, in the bed. So, but what we do is to keep them healthy and keep them thrive and growing, we do require to keep the temperature low. This type of mushroom, they are brown mushroom. They don't normally grow in Hawaii. They are from Scandinavian country or initially, but we brought them in, we seed them into our bed, and we have to keep the temperature around 60s, mid-60s, and when they harvest. But before they harvest, we have to make sure they're in the room, and we have to make sure that they have the right amount of nutrients and conditions. So all these are our grow rooms. They are 40-foot containers, 40-foot shipping insulated containers. They are all insulated. And then if you look up you can see a little outdoor unit there. That's the AC unit. That is what keeps the mushroom cool. And then in the back of each container, we also have a vent that's help to promote fresh air in, fresh air out. Because mushroom actually, like humans, they will bring in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So to have them grow properly, we will need to have fresh air at certain growing stage to help them pin and to help them change the growing cycle into fruiting. Fruiting process is where get you the mushrooms. The portobello mushroom is, we call them tutu portobello. The reason we call them tutu portobello is that we want to differentiate them from the mainland portobello. So we call them tutu portobello, and they are mature stage of the brown mushroom. They are bigger, meatier, and heavier. They have more stronger taste. They are good for barbecue, and they are like meat substitute. And the smaller one is called the baby bella, and we brand them into keiki. They are the keiki portobello that we sell in the market. They are smaller in size. They are less strong in flavor. They're good for salad or satay, but they both are delicious. Last item that we sell in here is the compost. After we produce mushroom, the substrate itself become 100% organic and pathogen-free and very nutritious supplement for plant and vegetables. So we sell that to farmers and sell that to homeowners. They're good for planting, and you guys can come in here with a truck and we load you up. Right now we are not selling them retail in anywhere else. The only way to get it is come here with your truck and we load it up with a loader. The next goal is to increase the number of grow room as the demand rises. So when we see the increase in demand, we can increase the number of grow room from 4 to 6 to 8. And then if we still need more, and then we can look into either go into more container, or at that point we may have enough money to borrow more money to build a actual mushroom growing facility involved with like giant rooms, giant doors, and then giant machines can drive into the grow room. We need to have the market to support those investments. Without the market to support my investment, it's not going to fly. If you build it, the customer may not come, and then who's going to eat all the mushrooms? CSA partnership has become a tremendous help during this COVID because it is so much easy to scale up and they respond so much quicker. The company we work with is like Kahumana, FarmLink, Oahu Fresh. Yeah, they're really big during this time, and we really appreciate all their help to keep us alive. We're here because we like the lifestyle of being a farmer. We're here because this is something we enjoy doing. We think it's important. I think farming, from my personal point of view, is a lifestyle choice. Lifestyle choice, that means that like you enjoy the flexibility, you enjoy doing outdoor, and you enjoy what you're doing here as a farmer, and also doing things that to support the community.